Jones on the Fan, Shannon RJ. His confidence is well known, Justin. You have more confidence in Jerry or McCarthy or Dak Monday versus the Bucs?
I'm not sure if I have confidence in either, but I'm far more worried about Dak right now. Look, they say everything's bigger in Texas. Well, both teams in Texas led the league in interceptions with Davis Mills and Dak Prescott, and Dak has 11 since Week 12. And 11 of his 15 picks have come against zone coverage, which Tampa Bay does quite well. So outside of a mythical quarterback draw from the 40 with no timeouts left, I'm still going to go with Dak.
Courtney Cronin. Justin just gave you the stats on Dak falling off a cliff in the back half of the season. What do you make of that?
I was beating the drum that this is not who Dak Prescott is. These interceptions are an anomaly, but he's making some really bizarre decisions with the ball. You think about his 3 pick sixes that he's thrown since Week 15. The one against Philadelphia, dumb decision. The one against Washington, dumb decision. And it worries me that that's something, like if you're playing that sort of football right now when you should be playing your best football going into the postseason, that might be an indictment of your past performance, is an indictment of your future performance, and that worries me. Dak's trying to do too much. The weight of the offense is on his shoulders right now, and I think that boils down to more than just Dak Prescott, more than just Mike McCarthy. I'm going to take it a step further. I'm really concerned about Kellen Moore right now, considering the way that these games have been schemed and what the responsibility has been on Dak. They ran 64 yards against Washington. You cannot win a game doing that, and Kellen Moore might be a little unfocused.
All right, so you have no confidence in anybody, and you're doing a 30 for 30 documentary on this team right now. I can clearly see that. Woody Page on the Cowboys and what you heard from Jones.
Yeah, thank you, Courtney, for not leaving me anything here. But you've covered Dak extremely well. But let me tell you, I have more faith in McCarthy for one reason. He really doesn't coach that much in the game. Kellen Moore is going to be in charge of the offense. Dan Quinn's going to be in charge of the defense, and McCarthy's going to be in charge of the timeouts. So they haven't played very well defensively lately. They haven't played offensively very well. So those two guys, they have the most emphasis on them for this game, I think.
And now to Frank Isola, who last time we saw you, Frank, on this very program, you said, well, the path is there for the Cowboys to make a run to the Super Bowl. Please, go ahead.
I still believe that. I think it starts with running the ball. Dak, 7 straight games with at least an interception. Here's the big thing, though. They're 1-3 in games that he started in the playoffs. And let's also throw in that game against Philadelphia a few years back, which was essentially a playing game. He has a long way to go to give us confidence that he could be the guy to carry them.
But run the ball. It's Frank Isola's strategy. We move on. Buy or sell 2. Steph Curry back. Scored 24 in his return. But the backup second rotation Suns handled the Warriors. Steve Kerr said the team was too relaxed, and Curry said the minute restriction affected his rhythm. Courtney, what do you buy? What do you sell?
I'm buying that they're unfocused. You heard Klay Thompson say it after the game that they expected just because Wiggins and Curry were back that they were going to waltz in there and get the dub. And they probably should have because Chris Paul and Devin Booker were not playing last night. But this is a team that's playing with its food right now. They're 20-21. We're at the halfway point. They've got to get Steph Curry rediscovering his early season magic if they want to climb in the West standings.
Woody Page.
I'm selling the Warriors totally. Some people like Frank think they can just turn on the switch, show up during the playoffs, and beat people like the Nuggets. This is a team that's won 3 games on the road the entire season. Really? They're a 500 team at home? You think this team actually is going to be a factor? They played against the Suns team that was missing both their guards and their center, and they still had serious problems against them. The Warriors,
Frank Isola.
Woody, go call up your buddy Stan Kroenke and our pal Mike Malone, and you tell me if the Denver Nuggets want to face the Golden State Warriors in the playoffs. That starting 5 when they're together has the best net rating in the NBA. Be careful. In all the years that they went and won a championship, they won at least 1 road game in every series. Be careful.
Justin Tinsley.
Ooh. Look, I respect the fact that they're champs, but I'm buying the fact that it's time to be concerned. They've been terrible on the road all season, and now they're playing pretty bad at home. And my big fear is that Steph is now back. He's going to start trying to like force things, and I don't want to see him. Excuse me, I can't even talk right now. I honestly look like the Warriors, but I don't want to see him force anything and further, injure him.
Buy or sell 3. Another return. Donovan Mitchell back in Utah last night. He scored 46 but it was a Jordan Clarkson game, a 13-0 run for Utah late. Jazz beat the Cavs. Woody Page, what do you buy, what do you sell from Mitchell's return?
I love this question. Justin, don't worry about it. I haven't been able to talk since I had a kid 45 years ago. So I love this story because Donovan Mitchell became the 7th player in NBA history to go back and score 40 or more points in his first road game against his former team. And they welcomed him back. They had the video tribute. Everybody cheered. There was nobody.
So the outcome doesn't
accusing
matter.
him of
It's just
leaving.
that he got all that love and played up to it. Courtney Cronin, how about you?
Once a jazz man, always a jazz man. That's what the video said that welcomed him back last night. And I think two things can be true here. Utah sees what it's missing and what it doesn't have right now in Donovan Mitchell. But Jordan Clarkson was able to have a great night on his own, hitting 5 3-pointers in that game. And I think they're okay having moved on from Donovan Mitchell after he got traded.
JT?
And I'm buying the fact that we haven't seen the best of Donovan Mitchell yet, and that's saying something considering the fact of the season.
71 isn't the best we've seen yet. I mean, he's going to go above
We
that.
haven't seen it yet. The season's only halfway over. This is the best we've seen Donovan Mitchell play.
Frank Isola.
Remember, Donovan Mitchell got traded, not like Kevin Durant and LeBron, where they left as free agents, and when they come back, they get, abused by the fans. Do I think he wanted to leave? Yes, but there's a reason why he got cheered. He didn't ask to leave.
We do want to congratulate and appreciate Justin Tinsley here. He's been on, Huey is 11 days old, and you know the blowout you saw Monday night in the national championship, Georgia over TCU? It was nothing compared to the blowout in Huey's diaper last night, but you're pulling a double duty shift here. We appreciate you, Tin. And Courtney. Woody Page, Frank Isola. Showdown next. Turnover. He's still there on the offensive end, so he's ready, and he calls for the ball and gets the ball in one hand, and his shoe is in the other hand, and he lays it in. Left hand ball, right hand, his shoe. Have you ever seen that before? So that's one oddity. Last night also we saw a massage gun get slapped onto the court. Dwayne Dedmon, after he was fighting with his coach, Eric Spoelstra, a massage gun found its way onto an NBA court. Look at that. And in that game, the Heat, by the way, went 40 of 40 from the free throw line, NBA record. Which oddity or which accoutrement stands out most to you, Woody?
Well, 54 years of covering the NBA. It's the first time I've ever seen a team make 40 of 40 free throws, and for Butler to go 23 of 23, I think that's an incredible accomplishment. Nobody has seen anything like this since 1982 when it was 39 of 39. And there needs to be a 30 for 30 on the 40 of 40.
Frank Isola?
Man, I thought for sure that Woody, I was going to bet his beach house that he was going to say Dwayne Dead Men Walking, because you cannot, under any circumstances, hit that gun. That has to fly over the heads of the fans in the front row. Can you imagine if that hit somebody in the back of the head? That thing is not light. Bad move by him.
Woody,
suspension coming.
I need to know more about your beach bum year. I'm going to give you the win. Can you tell me something about your beach bum year in 30 seconds?
I walked away when I was 40 from radio, television, and newspapers, and I said, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? So I went to Naples, Florida, got a place on the beach. I rode my bike every day. I went fishing, never caught a fish. I wrote a couple of books. I wrote for a TV show called Moonlighting for a while. And I figured out after a year and a half that what I'd been doing was exactly what I wanted to do the rest of my life. And I learned how to use a computer, which we're coming into being.
Oh.
So I understand what McVay is going
Okay. You wrote for Moonlighting? That's one of the greatest shows of all time. Except you got Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd together
Never caught
too
a
quickly.
fish, huh?
That
to.
was
Like
your
this
fault.
more?
We'll see you tomorrow.